Okay, so talked to you before about approaching all of this stuff from a focus of learning. All right. So the way I want you to do these things is I want you to go through the packet, do your best to do everything in here, and then we'll review it together. You can make corrections before you turn it in to me. I'm not interested in giving you a bad grade to get you or punish you. I'm interested in giving you a good grade because you learned the material. However, if you just wait until I show you how to do it and then copy everything, I think it's less informative and instructive for you than if you make an attempt to do it before. Okay? Also, you've had a lot of class time, and if you haven't done anything during it, you wasted it. All right? So don't waste your class time. Try to learn and get the information into your head. All right? So let's take a look. So we started with definitions here. Make sure you didn't miss them. These can be really simple and in your own words. For line, I wrote long mark connecting 2 points. Something like that. Line quality is characteristics of a line or adjectives that describe the line. Calligraphic lines are lines that are thick and thin in a single stroke. Contour lines are lines showing important edges. Cross-contour lines are lines showing curvature of a surface. Hatching is parallel lines used for shading, and cross-hatching is crossed lines for shading. All right, so this first section deals with line quality. I'm just looking for different types of lines. A good way to get them if you're having trouble is to use different tools. You can get a thicker line with a marker than a pencil, for example. You can also use the side of your pencil to get a thicker line, so you can change the way you use the tool. But you just need a thick one, a thin one, a light one, a dark one, a quick one, and a slow one. Okay? In the appropriate boxes. Should have been easy. Next one, you want to do a drawing of your shoe with a bold, thick outline. Okay? And then the interior contours, all the details, all the stitching, all the aglets, all the design, etc. We're going to do with thin contour lines. All right? So next, you're going to just write your name using a calligraphic line. If you use pencil, you can come back in and make some areas thick and some areas thinner. If you use a marker, you can change the pressure you apply or how much surface you have on there to give you a calligraphic line. On the next one here, you are shading using hatching. So I want you to think about how the light's going to hit these things. The different shapes are going to get hit in different ways. So figure out where your light is coming from and shade accordingly. So my light's coming from over to the right-hand side. So I have a highlight over here. And then on these curved surfaces, I'm going to have what's called a gradient. The gradient means that it slowly transitions from light to dark. So I want you to do your best to think about making that transition in a way that looks like it would look if the light were hitting a sphere. Same thing over here. This side of the cylinder is going to be the lightest over to the dark edge here. Alright? This is basically the same, except instead of just using hatching like this, you're using cross hatching, so you go the other way too. Alright, same idea. You want a gradient going from the lightest area and transitioning gradually to the darkest area. And then for the cross contours, you just draw lines curving around, just like the figures had stripes on them. Alright, so the sphere is going to start with maybe a little squished circle, a foreshortened circle on the top, and then parallel circles working their way down the surface. Same thing with the cylinder. You're going to match this edge here. You're going to draw cross contours, matching that curvature as much as possible. The cube is really easy, so it's kind of tricky. You're just going to draw lines going straight across the surface, showing that it's a straight, flat surface. Okay? Next, we drew an animal using a calligraphic line for the outside and cross contours. So you want to just make sure, as you're drawing the outline, that it has like thin areas and thick areas, right? And then the cross contours can just kind of show the curvature of whatever your animal is. And then the last one is just like the shoe. You draw an animal using thick dark lines for its outline, and then thinner lighter lines for the interior contours. And I drew a cat. Okay? So I used a marker for this. I just used a little less pressure. I think I actually used the other side of the marker for the interior contours. Alright, so that should be, I think, pretty simple and straightforward. If you have any issues or problems after this, come and talk to me. I'm going to collect these and grade them on Monday. I'm going to try to get them processed and back to you in one class period. But I'll let you hold on to it for now so you can see your assignment requirements. On your assignment, make sure you go through all of the requirements. My suggestion is that you maybe use your colored pencils to do cross contours on your main subject, your main figure. Maybe use your marker to do your holographic line as an outline to that. You can use your hatching and cross hatching to shade either that figure out like where the light's hitting it, where the shadows would be, or you can also use it in the background. All right, you're totally free to make up your own background, and it's an expectation that you fill up the whole paper, so you need to have some kind of background in there, and that's a good place to use any of those techniques. Does anybody have any questions?
No.
Okay, awesome. I'm fine. Let me stop this real quick. Okay.